So let's talk about Will Smith's new album. Y'all know this is not a Raptors recommendation that is coming on Wednesday. Will Smith's new album is called Based on a True Story, and it's about like 12 tracks or something like that. The best songs on it are the features. The Big Sean feature, of course, the Joyner Lucas feature, even the Russ and Jaden features, which a lot of people love to make fun of because he's like, I'm the canvas, I am the pen, and people just make fun of it like, I am the toilet, I am the paper, I am the I'm the water. They love to make fun of Will, man. And he brings it on himself, really. But he makes fun of himself a lot on this album too, though, with Ain't Hard to Find and the first song on the album, Barbershop, which he has a pretty funny video too of him dressed as different characters who are like would be in a barbershop. And I thought that's pretty good. I thought the album starts off pretty well. It goes from Barbershop into the Ain't Hard to Find, which is a pretty solid track. And then you have this, like, the album is like, he has this Reverend Sermons things, which I'm not sure how I feel about, but, it is what it is, I guess. But he goes from that, one of the Reverend Sermons interludes into Rave in the Wasteland, which I'm not going to lie, if Kanye made this, people would be saying it's the best thing ever. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like a Kanye type of track. That's what it sounds like to me. Like something that Kanye would do. You know what I'm saying? Listen to that and tell me I'm wrong. Because I'm telling you, if Kanye made this, even with all his weirdness going on right now, they would still be saying, oh, this is one of the best songs you've ever made or something like that. But since Will Smith is doing it, the hype is not there. You know what I'm saying? But it's a really good track, I gotta say. I mean, and it has this, the drums are something that Kanye do. The beat sounds like something Kanye would do, like in the Yeezus days that he did. So yeah, it's pretty good the way it starts off. But towards the end, as it goes on into the end of the album, it loses its oomph. It loses this something that looks like he started to make an album that was cohesive and flowing really nicely. And then he decided somewhere that, I'm just going to put in the tracks that I've already made that have been singles, like the ones with Big Sean, Joyner Lucas, Jaden, and Russ. But the real problem is that it doesn't always flow as nicely. And then you have these other tracks that are peppered in those that are skippable. The Tiana Taylor track feature was skippable for me. The song about love or whatever in the middle of the album was skippable for me. The last couple songs, the last song was skippable for me, and the three before the last song was skippable for me. Like, there's a lot of them were skippable. Like, there are 4 skips, I think, that I have, so I could skip like half the album. I had to click next and see what else was popping. But the Big Sean feature, one of the best, I think, especially with the visuals and the video, and he does the play on the Matrix for that Big Sean video, because if you don't know, Will Smith was originally supposed to be Neo in the Matrix, and he passed that up, and that's kind of crazy. Why would you pass up that role? I mean, in hindsight, it's easy to say that, but sorry, let me back out a little bit. But yeah, I do think that that if Will Smith would have been Neo, boy, that would have been a fire movie still. I mean, Keanu was a very non-actor, in my opinion, for The Matrix. So Matrix is really good. And I feel like I can't see anyone but Keanu in it now. But if Will Smith would have been in there, I feel like it would have been an even better series. Am I wrong for saying that? Anybody disagree? That might be a hot take. But if Will Smith was Neo, it would have been better. No? I'm probably alone. But I gotta say, the album wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I think that people, when they listen to Will Smith, they listen with an asterisk, attached to it. They listen to it with like, oh, like this track is good, but, or they listen for that. They're waiting for the corniness. They're waiting for that corniness to come in. And Will Smith is swearing through the album. Some of them are muted, some of them aren't. and so Will Smith is swearing in it. He's like talking about the issues with his family life that's been going on, and he's talking about it in a playful, also therapeutic kind of way. And I think the therapeutic side of it is like, I think people expected him to like come to some crazy revelation or like be like a therapeutic way that's going to help out other people. And he's still working through that. So like, obviously it's therapeutic for him, but he just had to get that out there, I think. And that's all he did. You know, it's not like he's solving his problems with this record, but yeah, it's therapeutic, and it's kind of like a little preachy sometimes. But I think people, when they listen for the corniness, they're making a mistake. Just listen to the album and just take out the fact that it's Will Smith. I know it's hard to do that, but like, listen to it and then judge it, and then you can put back in Will Smith afterwards. But like, I think if they did that, they would enjoy the album a little bit more, you know, since they're like waiting for stuff to go wrong with a Will Smith album. They're waiting to not like it. They're looking for reasons to not like it. And as a former Will Smith fan, I mean, since he slapped Chris Rock, I mean, I found it hard to be a super fan anymore. But I'm still a fan of what he does at the end of the day. It's taken me a little time to come back to that. But he's still an amazing actor. He's still first rapper to win a Grammy, which he mentions a couple times on this record. But yeah, I think that he's flexing a little bit on here too. It's kind of abnormal. He's flexing, you know. He's like, I got this. I could fit your house in my pool, you know. So it's unlike Will Smith to flex a little bit, and he does. But I give the album, you know, probably like a literal 5 out of 10, because there's 5 tracks that I love, and there's 5 tracks that I can't even listen all the way through. So, I mean, I have to give it that 5 out of 10, you know, that half grade, which ain't good, but ain't horrible. I think it could be much worse when we're judging Will Smith albums on a scale. Millennium, one of the best albums he's done, and I've listened to a lot of Will Smith projects over the years. I mean, I was listening to Lost and Found when he did the whole Switch single, which was kind of lame, but there's tracks on there that's really good, and there's always going to be 1 or 2 tracks on every Will Smith album that's good, you know. But he hasn't had a classic album since like Millennium or Big Willie Style, one of those two. You can judge it for how you want to, but like Millennium was a classic album for him, and I don't think he's ever going to reach that status again. But he has reached new levels as an MC with him doing these freestyles on podcasts, with him collabing with artists like Joyner Lucas and Big Sean, and I hope he continues to do that because he's the best when he's rapping with someone else. They're bringing out the best of Will Smith when he's collabing, you know? And I think that when I collab with other artists, they bring the best out of that for me, you know? So like, you're always pushed as an artist when you're working with other people. When I worked with Sand Raptor, you know, he brought out a certain aspect of my flow, you know, that wouldn't have been brought out otherwise. You know, when I collabed with Asify, who's like a faster kind of rapper, I realized I had to bring it a little bit, you know. And then so like when you're collabing with other artists, it brings out the best in you, you know. You want to elevate yourself. It's a competition at the end of the day, always, you know. And some people don't look at it that way, but that's how a lot of rappers feel internally. Even if it's not said, it's said with your presence and your eyes and how you rapping on the track. So, you know, it is what it is. Let me know what y'all feel about based on a true story. Did y'all like it? Did y'all hate it? Could you get past the corniness of Will Smith? Do you like that he's cussing? Do you think he's ever going to have another classic album? Let me know. Peace.